Welcome to VRML Breachers, or I guess Breachers VRML is the first way of saying it. And it looks like the team's actually going ahead. It looks like they have a bot going on. I did not cut this in early enough, but we are fine. Let's head it right back into the game. So right now we are watching, 1 second, let me get this set up. Yes, HeatWave versus Kyro. Right now, looks like Kyro is slotted. People are in the community believe that they will be doing the best, as they do have more upvotes than HeatWave. But hey, you know what I've learned in the past couple times I've been casting, you never really know. I've seen some teams do some crazy plays that were totally unexpected, and some players clutch up in the best way possible. So we'll see if any of that comes up at all during this game between HeatWave and Kyro. And we'll see if anything's going on, you know. So it looks like the round's just about to start, in this series. Start now. It looks like Baptiste has already been fragged out. The bot standing right in the middle of everything, but it's fine. We'll see if the team is able to hold it out until potentially their fifth player comes in. We'll see if that works out or not. But at this point, it looks like the team is trying. Kyro is trying to push in through Lounge. Not really facing any opposition yet from the other team, which I'm kind of shocked, considering they've basically just pushed all the way in, no problem at all. But it looks like we do finally have shots off from the only 17, but he does get shot down by Dougie's girl for the follow-up recovery. Looks like the team is going in for the quick plant on the end just to get those extra 200 points. And it looks like the round does go to Kyro. Pretty good start for them already. You know, we just saw them come in hot, and you know, it doesn't really help HeatWave with the fact that they do have a bot on their side. You know, hopefully their teammates only 5-10 minutes away. Hopefully they can make it in, because I do not know if they want to go the whole game like this, because I know how it is having that bot, especially on attacking. Sorry, not attacking, but even on defending. Bots are a little bit better, but they just really stand in the middle of everything and not really do much. Especially, you know, when you're playing at this competitive level, you need that coordination. So playing with those bots, definitely not fun. And as we've seen with some of the VRML rules, you know, people are not allowed to take over their bots during actual league matches. So they're not able to get essentially an extra life, right? So we do see Kyro coming in again onto, looks like they're going in for, I forgot what B-Site's called, Lounge or Kitchen or something like that. So we'll see if they do come in and popping in already. It looks like they're going in for the blow, throwing in a frag, not quite hitting anybody, but Zeke getting a crazy Taurus kill from the tight angle. Shocked that even went all the way through, but it works out for them. At this point, HeatWave trying their best to hold it down. But Kyro successfully making a push in, surprisingly against all odds, I would say, as they were held down. Did not quite work out for them as Kyro pushes on the other end, and man, I literally cannot keep up because they're going on both sides and attacking. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a hard game for HeatWave. That bot is not doing their job, really holding anything down, unfortunately. But hey, you know, I've learned sometimes some teams just go crazy on a certain map. Some teams just need that warm up. So we'll see if HeatWave can start heating things up. Otherwise, Kyro do have the whole hold right now on the wins. They are only, you know, they only got 2 wins in, so we never quite know. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna really start rolling quite yet. But if HeatWave is unfortunately not able to get back from this round, they will be facing a lot of difficulty before they start getting rolled with the economy. Because that happens a lot, right? In Breachers, it's not like CSGO or other games where there's some kind of defensive measures in the sense of, you know, if you start losing on a streak, there's not really anything to help you with losing the amount of money that you get from the economy, right? So that team that is able to consistently get a winning streak really puts himself at a strong advantage for the upcoming rounds. If not winning the whole, at least their half, right? Kyro really utilizing breaches on the windows. Very interesting play, but you know, I respect it. On the other end, looks like they're going for another pinch play, as the bot is really just holding their end down there. But Kyro just doing a good job at being able to enter site and defending from roamers. Looks like Dougie's girl is able to get a good headshot in the back end on that rotation spot. Zeke really trying to come in, look around for the spot, gets poked off by Twinkie. But the problem is they are facing potential pinch from the other side as the team does go for the plant. We'll see if anything does work out for them. They do get picked off in the back with a wall bang from... Oh, never mind. It's not quite wall bang, but Twinkie poking out does get another shot off. And, man, they just locked down that back area. Now it's down to a 1v2. We'll see if they're able to hold it down, but I don't know. I'm not the most confident, but, you know, I've seen some clutch-ups. We'll see if they're able to hold it down at this point. Kyro's team holding that angle, trying to see if they can poke out, get a couple shots off. Twinkie doing a great job. They might be able to clutch this up. We'll see if they can do it. And they do. They kill Dougie's girl. Can they go in for the defuse? They don't have much time. They're barely surviving with 13 health, but man, do they hold it down. And they are going in for the defuse. Beautiful gameplay by HeatWave and specifically Twinkie, able to clutch up at the last part of that round. Again, I'm telling you never really know who's going to win, and I love it, right? At this point, Kyro was heating up real well, but... you know, HeatWave, they had that clutch up towards the end, and I got to give credit to Twinkie the best. I'm really happy I was able to get that POV of them as they were able to mow down the team. Again, credit to HeatWave, considering that they're dealing with the bot still. So they're really doing a 4.5 on 5 players on Skyscraper. And, you know, some people say it's more defender-oriented. I don't really quite think so. I think it is a good mix of both, but we'll see what happens. But they've been able to hold it down. We'll see if they are successful moving forward. But you know, considering the fact that they're doing this well, I think with 4 players essentially, because if y'all don't really know, in this game it always plays a 5v5. Even if you have one less player, like player character than the other team, they still just put a bot in. And bots, they're very careless, right? They're running in, look around, do whatever they want because they don't really mind. It looks like Kyro is going to be going in through the window, coming into this little hallway, right into studio, going for the frag, and it does land pretty well to that. Bob unfortunately does not wipe them out. Looks like Kyro is going up staircase on the other end. Looks like they are going for a strong flank kind of pinch on this side. We'll see if they're able to get into studio successfully. Keep looking around, trying to see some good openings, checking around the corners. Not quite successful. Twinkie able to get some shots from the back. We'll see if they're able to hold that position down right now because they are going to be pushed pretty soon. Dragging the man in the room, trying to help defend studio from the oncoming team. But it looks like Kyro decides it's not really worth it and they go for the reset. We'll see if they do pushes at any point or they go for the full reset to some other side. Maybe they go in for A side on the other side because their team is slowly kind of inching up, looking around corners, trying to see if it's safe or not. And, you know, very interesting. Skyscraper, I definitely do think one of the more roamer-friendly maps, but I've noticed a lot of teams have not really been focusing too much on the roaming when it comes to Skyscraper. Maybe they're playing more conservative, considering we're still early on in this game. Both teams are still trying to scope out who plays what and how they play. We'll see if anything does come out of this. Looks like they aren't going in for any breaches or anything, but Drakov able to hold off the shots. Look, Kyro doing a pretty good setup here. No crazy trades right now. Looks like both teams are holding in tight, playing very conservative, trying to see what the other team's doing. They go in for the breach on the A side, throw in the flash, and Lefty able to get Breezy down. Drakov looking around the corner, does get the shot off. Does have a follow-up person. Let's see if they're able to fight that off or not. Dragon Man trying to get some pokes off. But both teams are being pushed from both sides. We'll see if they're able to hold it down. Twinkie the best able to shoot from the other side. And man, killing it right now. Looks like Kyro is a 3-man in on A side. We're going for the plan. Does get picked off though. But it does have a good trade. We'll see if Twinkie's able to do anything. Lefty right now is holding this corner. They go in swinging wide and they do get shot down. Unfortunately, let's see if Twinkie is able to hold this down. They did hold down last round, I believe. So we'll see if they clutch up once more. It is now a 1v1 scenario between Lone and Twinkie. Twinkie might be going in for the quick shots. And they do get the kill. Twinkie clutching up once again, leading HeatWave into a 2v2, now tying it up for both teams. Beautiful gameplay, HeatWave, I gotta give them credit. They are kind of getting carried right now by their teammate. But hey, sometimes you have teammates like that, and you just gotta work with it. It's crazy because Kyro, I think, is having a good lead up, but things just aren't executing well, or maybe HeatWave is just doing a really good job at holding it down to those, you know, final moments. And now both teams are pretty even. Economy doesn't look too crazy well spread out. Some teams are going, you know, we see some people like the only 17 going in for off-meta guns. Again, we're seeing, I think, a resurgence of these guns, like the RCP and even the Viper. People utilizing these SMGs. Maybe they're going for save rounds, but still trying to play effective in that round. Looks like on Kyro, though, they are pretty well, you know, bought out. A lot of teammates have that Vezin. They're ready to. It's almost a fully kitted out team, right? Besides, I think Dougie's girl going in for the for the Viper. So it looks like Dougie's girl playing or utilizing sound to their advantage, just playing spraying around. Not sure if that works out better or worse for them, considering they are just spraying it around, so no one can quite know where they're at. But they are setting up pretty good. They try to get that intel with the drones, see if it works out for them, if they have any follow-up or not. Lefty just kind of chucking around, poking anywhere, seeing if anything is going on. And it looks like HeatWave is aware of the drone, but not able to get the shots out. And again, they still have that bot. I'm surprised they're doing so well and holding it out. But hey, you know, credit to the teams and credit really the Twinkie the best being able to clutch up so many times. For HeatWave. Kyro holding down lobby, seeing if they can move in slowly. Accidentally maybe flashes themselves, but it's fine. Again, no roamers, so they're playing. I think the thing is, when you don't have roamers on Skyscraper, you're essentially allowing the other team to have all the time in the world to set up, right? Which isn't good, because 2-3 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but when the team's coordinated, they're ready, and they know what they're doing, that's actually a good amount of time for them to really set them up in the most optimal position. So again, looks like they're going for the cross flanking play again. We'll see if they get a good push into here. Right now, Kyro trying their best to push in onto A side and even B side from the other side. Let's see if they do have anything work out of this. Both teams might have a good pinch right in this moment. Let's see if they do it. Are they going to be setting up breaches, though? I don't quite see any breaches. But yeah, they're just holding down the position, not really quite pushing it. They still have a full minute, but time is starting to count down. We'll see if they're able to do anything about it. The only 17 holding that long angle does have their teammate Breezy picked out by the other team. Let's see if only 17 is able to hold that down by themselves. Looks like Drakov is able to push in and get the shots off. Baptiste with a shotgun gets a shot off and kills a teammate. And it looks like A-side does get pushed, and right now Kyro does clutch it up. I guess not quite a clutch, it was just a good push. And there is... Scroll. But good round for Kyro. Things didn't quite work out for them. For HeatWave. Again, their bot actually did get a kill that round, which was hilarious to watch. So it was kind of funny to watch it happen. But right now, Kyro doing a good job. They're finally really getting back, I think, into the speed of things. It is the last round before they do have the switchover. So we'll see if Kyro's able to get the win again, considering that their economy is good. They had a couple wins already under the belt. And at this point, HeatWave does have to play at a disadvantage. I mean, they still have the bot, and a couple of their teammates are rocking SMGs just because they don't have the money for Vezins. And even, like, you know, checking out Kyro, they actually have a fair amount of money, even after fully kitting out their whole team, right? So I know that at this point they can just buy out gadgets, do whatever they want, and things do work out in their favor. So we'll see if HeatWave is able to hold this down, or if they will get beat out this time. Maybe it's straight economy, maybe it's just their teammate can't clutch up like they have the other rounds. But it looks like Kyro is sneaking in, trying to hold down vents, potentially even servers. Nothing crazy again. The whole team playing anchored pretty close to site. Breezy does get the poke out, but does get shot down. Unfortunately, was not able to finish that kill. They are setting up, trying to move in to site. We'll see if it does work out. Throws in the smoke. The only 17 trying their best to get shots off, but it didn't quite work out for them. And Zeke getting another shot on the bot through the smoke grenade. It looks like they will be having a good consolidated push in. Throws in the frag. Doesn't quite hit anybody. Dragon Man really just holding tight corners. Trying to see if they can get a kill or two, but does get poked out. At this point, he's down to Twinkie the best, but he does get down by Dougie's Girl. I'm not sure if Dougie's Girl got an ace that round, but they definitely did get a fair amount of the kills. And at this point, they do secure the win. So we will be switching over now. We'll see if Kyro can do the same thing, but on defending. At this point, HeatWave, we'll see if they can keep things heating up, because it's not quite working out for them. Because we've seen some really good comebacks, especially when they have that team switch. But I don't know, especially having that bot. I think having a bot on attacking is probably one of the worst sides to have a bot on, because they tend to just run straight in and it doesn't work out. I've seen people use the bot for bait in that sense, because they can at least get a trade. But yeah, I don't know. At least on defending, I feel like they're more competent, but we'll see what happens at this point. So HeatWave is setting up. We don't see anything crazy happening right now, but it looks like they are actually utilizing a drone first round, which, I don't know if y'all know about the economy, but you only get like an extra, if you buy something like a Spectre or whatever, you don't really have the money to buy a drone, so you have to choose to buy the drone. So Dragon, oh, it's not Dragon Man. Twinkie able to get the shots off right now. They are trying to poke into Lobby Lounge, and the other team is playing stairs all the way down. Twinkie the best, trying their best to look around, get some more pokes. It looks like they are setting up for the breach, but Zeke able to get the Taurus off and get some headshots. Trying to get an angle. Okay, there it is. Come on, Zeke. Let's see if we can do it in the. Things aren't quite favorable right now, and it looks like Kyro HeatWave does get wiped out at this point. There's only 2 left for a 2v4 scenario. Definitely not the most advantageous position to be in. CT looking around, trying to see if they can help their teammate out. Drakov actually able to clutch it up at the end. And things just are not heating up for HeatWave. I'm wondering if they're going to go for the, round break potentially, because that's what I would do. Maybe wait for their teammate to come in, or maybe they know that they're actually not going to be able to play with their teammate at all, because things are not looking favorable for them, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Again, both teams really not leaning in the roamers. I get it. When you have the bot, you can't really lean into roamer. But Kyro's got their full 5-man team. Looks like they might be playing the roamer with Zeke in the back, but we'll see if anything happens. Because again, this is just one of those maps where I don't know. Maybe it's a little aggressive to say, but if you're not utilizing roamers, I think you're just not doing well defending wise on this map, or you're playing a little too conservative, right? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if things come out well for them or not. But HeatWave starting their map up, starting their round up, and it looks like they are going down again through staircases. I don't think they've been playing too much through windows, or maybe playing a little safer on those windows. But we'll see. So they are setting up around staircase, are walking through, but their bot obviously does not care if they walk all the way through, but does get picked out by the other team. The Drakov, they do have their drone, but it does get immediately shot out. At this point, it looks like they actually are playing the roamers. We'll see if it does work out for them or not. Twinkie trying to get the pokes out. And it looks like we got the roamers in the back. Drakov not quite able to get that roaming end, trying to get that shot from the flanks. Doesn't work out. Looks like they are going to be pinched in that hallway. But Zeke is going to be retreating at this point. Both sides are facing a lot of pressure. But no one quite pushing in yet. But Zeke taking their time, pulling back. Really playing that back end. Looks like they will be facing a pinch pretty soon from the back. Zeke able to get the shots off in the back. At this point, is now down to a 3v3 scenario. Not quite good. Dougie's girl will be the shot off, but they do get picked off by Breezy. And man, it's down to a 2v1, and I really thought Kyro was going to get that up. Well, oh, and they just did. And it's now, you know what I'm saying? You never really quite know who's going to win. Doesn't matter what the numbers advantage is or whatever, because in this game, the time to kill can be so fast. You get one headshot at that point, you just easily follow that up, right? I mean, you just really don't quite know what's going to happen. Because at that point, it looked like it was going to swing in HeatWave's direction, but it did not. You know, Kyro, again, showing why they had the most community votes right now against HeatWave. And HeatWave trying their best, even again with the bot. And so, again, mad credit to them, considering a lot of these rounds have come down to really close. Sorry, I'm like talking. Really close down to, like, I think 1 or 2 players on both sides, and considering again the other side has a bot, I'm still shocked. I'm really still shocked. But hey, maybe I'm not giving enough credit to the bots because I've had too many bad experiences. But hey, you know, things happen the way they should. At this point, you know, the economy advantage is going to be on Kyro's side. We can see that HeatWave is trying their best to really kit out their team. I mean, they're going all in, right? At this point, it's match point. They got RCPs. One player's got the Vezin, but nothing really quite happening yet. So we see both sides taking their time. HeatWave specifically really taking their time for both top and down. Twinkie the Best does get picked out by Zeke. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out for them. Only 17, taking their time to walk in. And I just missed that. Wow. Breezy really walking down. About to get fragged out potentially. Zeke following up, but couldn't quite go in because both sides were fragged. And man, it feels facing a lot of pressure from both sides. On the other side, we got Baptiste, their bot. But it looks like Dougie's girl able to get them finished off with the pistol. We'll see if they're able to do it again. Dragon Man does get picked out again. At this point, it is down to the bot. 4-man push on the staircase. Not the most favorable position for them, but hey, we'll see what happens. At this point, it's up to Baptiste. I don't expect much from them, but hey, you know, I've seen, if we can get one, I think, kill from this bot, I would be laughing. We'll see what happens. So they are going in for the EMP, and this is definitely something entertaining. The bot not really doing much. Almost getting the kill on Zeke, but Zeke able to finish off the bot, obviously. But yeah, that first game does go in Kyro's favor. Things didn't quite work out for HeatWave, and they had a couple close rounds, but Kyro just really holding it down at the very end, and showing why they have those votes on their side, right? Yeah, so things just not the most favorable. Obviously for HeatWave, I'm surprised they did so well with the bot. You know, I know it says 7-2, but honestly, I feel like with most bot plays, especially considering the bot played the whole time and not literally not 1 or 2 rounds, but all 9 rounds, and it came down to 7-2. You know, a lot of credit to them. A lot of credit to HeatWave and some of the players being able to really clutch up in moments that they needed it. We'll see if that, you know, they're gonna wait for their teammate potentially. But I really wouldn't put too much money into that because who knows, right? Maybe they're on a break, or maybe they're somewhere, or maybe something came up. Maybe, you know, they had a family emergency and they couldn't make it. But unfortunately, they are playing the 4v5. And it looks like they will be going in a factory for this next game. So maybe things will switch up better for them. And it looks like both teams will be staying on their respective sides. I don't really see any switching. So it is interesting. But you know what I really saw that round was Kyro doing a good job at really making, I think, coordinated pushes. We saw several times where they're really setting up, getting ready to push in, and HeatWave not really utilizing any roamers when they were on the defending side, and when they were attacking, they were just getting mowed down, or maybe their pushes weren't as coordinated as what we've seen a couple times. So it's just such a, you know, unfortunate game, I would say, for HeatWave, because we saw a glimmer, we saw little nuggets of them doing a good job, being able to hold it down, and I'm wondering how different this game would be if it was the 5v5, right? Unfortunately, we haven't seen that, and it looks like we're not going to be seeing that because it still sees a 4v5. So this is an unfortunate matchup, or I think it's a good matchup, but it's an unfortunate way the game played. Because things aren't going in the way that I would hope, you know. But it's fine. You know, it's fine. Kyro gets a dub, and no discredit to them. They've been doing a good job being able to hold down and kill those players when it comes down to it. But hey, you know, HeatWave, Kyro, I'm just saying, maybe you get a challenge match when you get that 5v5 set up. I think it'd be kind of cool. I definitely would love to see y'all rematch. But hey, who knows? Maybe their fifth teammate comes in later. Maybe they don't. We'll see as the game progresses. But let's head right into the game. As things will. It's not round one. Sorry, that's round two. Let me. Can I do it? Nope, I can't. We're in the game. We're fine. But we have Kyro defending this time around, defending first, and it looks like HeatWave will be actually pushing in on them. So we'll see if anything does pan out better for them, considering this is Factory. It's a different setup now, or if things will be, you know, exactly the same as they were on Skyscraper. And again, this team's going in for a kind of a 3-2 sort of lineup, playing these hard, long flanks from each other. We'll see if they do work out better in this round, but I don't know. I'm not the most optimistic considering things didn't quite work out that well. And it looks like Zeke going crazy with the Taurus. Got a 3-piece right on the other end. And they've already cut down more than half of their team. At this point, it's now down to Dragon and Twinkie. But Dragon does get poked out. At this point, it's down to Twinkie. They are rocking the Cyclone. We'll see if they get any shots off. Nate, yeah, 2 kills back to back. And that's a 3-piece for Twinkie. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. But now they understand it's a little unfavorable. We'll see if Twinkie's able to hold it down. But I'm not expecting too much from them. They are down to 5 bullets to their name. Not looking good for them, but hey, you never know. Twinkie just poking around. Looks like both of Kyro's team members are just holding it out. Really letting the time run out. Not forcing anything that they don't have to. And wow, Twinkie able to get that poke around the corner. I just missed it. I'm so mad at myself. But Zeke able to finish it off for them, unfortunately. And I mean, we saw Zeke drop a 3-4 piece there. I'm really not shocked. Maybe this is MVP we got here, right? Already a 4-0 setup for Zeke. I don't know. It's scary. I really want to see HeatWave come in with that 5-man push. 5-person team, but that's just me being caster, and that's me wanting the most entertainment value coming out of this kind of game, right? At this point, Kyro, all they know, they gotta play a good game, play it out, and win all 3 maps, right? At this point, Kyro's already got 1 dub in their bag. At this point, they just need 1 more win. They got the series win at this point, and that last one's just for consolation, right? So we'll see what happens. On this end from HeatWave, we'll, you know, hopefully they can mix things up. Hopefully they can change how they're pushing, or watch out how they're engaging some of these people, because you have players like Zeke able to get those headshots off of the Taurus, which is again very impressive, considering they've done it so many times now. But the round will be starting. We'll see how HeatWave makes that push onto the 3rd floor, and we'll see what works out for them. So Zeke again playing very aggressive as they did before. I can't quite. I still trying to figure out where they're going to attack, but we'll see. But Zeke just holding that corner in. Only 17 coming in. We'll see if they do engage anyone soon. Zeke deciding not to really push it too hard and actually returns the side at this point. Twinkie and Only 17 are pushing in. They are down their bot already, so it's now down to a 4v5 setup. Where is their other teammate? Oh, they're on the top. So Twinkie dropping in the flash. Not sure if it hit anybody, but we'll see if they do set up the breach or not. I don't think they have Breach on their team, or Dragon Man does, but Dragon Man's playing pretty close. Only 17 on the back end, does get picked out by Zeke. Right, looks like Dragon Man is setting up for the Breach onto B side. We'll see if it does work out. Dougie's girl playing really aggressive, playing into the site. Twinkie again doing crazy at really clutching up on those kills. Twinkie just gets the pick off. Let's see if they go in for the plant, because at this point they are actually in a favorable position. Breezy on the back and watching the corner. Did not just see the teammate though. Let's see if they see it again. Does get picked out by Zeke. At this point it's now down to a 2v3 scenario. Zeke, look at the shots off. At this point it's down to Twinkie, and I don't know. Twinkie's been able to clutch up several times, but does get killed off by Zeke, unfortunately. And wow, they have very similar names, Twinkie, Zeke. Anyways, things do go in Kyro's favor for that round. HeatWave again struggling to get those final wins and kills, because it's just my heart breaks, you know. My heart breaks. But Kyro doing a really good job at playing aggressive when they need to, and not overcommitting when they don't have to. Because it's, you know, they're defending. It's on factory, especially of all maps. Like, you don't need to be that aggressive on roaming or defending. You can just wait for the enemy team to push in and kind of play off of you, right? Because for the most part, a lot of these bomb sites do favor, I believe they favor the defenders a lot more than people attacking. So you don't have to play aggressive roamers. Like Skyscraper, I think that's one of those maps where you gotta play the roamer. At least I think to be very successful on defending, or just be really good at holding those long angles, right? Anyways, the round just started. We'll see if Kyro does anything different this time around, but no, I think they're going to be taking their time, looking around. They got the economy on their side. They have 2 wins already in the bag, and they know they're going to be pretty safe against HeatWave, unless they have some crazy clutch ups from Twinkie again. But that just hasn't been happening this time around, unfortunately. But hey, you know, you never know. You never know. See, Dragon Man goes in for the Reach, doesn't quite face anyone yet. On the other side, Twinkie's trying to start their engagements, but they are getting poked out. We'll see if anything happens. And Dougie's girl really just going for those long shots. And did they just get a wallbang? I can't keep up. They're just I literally cannot keep up. It's fine. They are pushing on both sides right now. Got the only 17 trying to push this corner, but does get caught up. On the other end, Twinkie the best. Hopefully trying to get some kills out in the back. The only 17 unfortunately did not secure that kill, even though they definitely had the favor on their side. And Drakov able to get those 2-piece right off the bat. And it again is down to Twinkie. We'll see if Twinkie's able to do anything about this, but I'm not quite sure if they can. And unfortunately, Twinkie the best not able to get that kill. Drakov able to swing wide and secure that shot against Twinkie, and is now down again another round to Kyro. And man, it's just at this point, you know, we got the three wins in the bag. You're talking about getting rolled, at least for the next half of this, right? These things just really weren't working out for them. You know, money starts swinging to Kyro's side, and it's looking hard. It's looking hard for HeatWave. Not sure if they can catch up because Kyro's got the wins. They're doing really good at holding down positions. They're winning those gunfights, and I just, you know, I'm not sure if HeatWave can do it, but we'll see. You know, I always say we'll see because you never know. I've seen the craziest rounds where people just had the worst advantage and things didn't work out in their favor. But Kyro, I don't know. They have been playing a great job. You know, map 1, now on the map 2. I really. Anyone who bet on Kyro, you're probably going to be happy for it, right? I wish we had money. You know, I wish I had channel points to bet on the YouTube channel. I heard we do, but I haven't been able to do it myself. But who knows? But that will be the beginning of this round. We are now going into round 4, and their bot runs right in. He gets hit by 2 trip mines. It looks like he's trying to get a couple shots off. Does get flashed out. We'll see if the only 17 does anything. They try to play aggressive, but it didn't quite work out for them. And Zeke able to get that long shot. We'll see there we get another poke off. They do get another poke off on the only 17 at this point. Both teammates are playing ultra aggressive, pushing around, able to get Dragon Juice, but does Breezy able to get both kills off the bat. Maybe they played a little too aggressive, but it's fine. Dougie's girl is there for the follow-up and does get the kill. And the round does go to Kyro again, even with 3 players left in the round. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, if you look at Kyro's side, they got the money. They've been doing well on the kills, and you know, people are surviving, so they don't even have to buy full guns anymore. They're just maintaining what they have at this point. While on the other side, we're looking at HeatWave, and man, it's not looking good, right? They barely have a couple $100. Some people are barely able to get something like a Dio or an Aurel. That's really your best bet at this point. Maybe an RCP because you just don't have the money. You know, you have players like Twinkie the Best deciding, hey, they're gonna go for a save round because they really can't do anything else, right? So we'll see if that does work on their favor. But it is looking hard. It's looking hard for them. They're getting pushed pretty hard from the from Kyro's side now. Looks like they are gonna mix things up because most of the game HeatWave's been doing this kind of split flanking play, but it looks like they are switching it up and they are gonna go for more for a consolidated push on one side. We'll see if that does work out better in their favor, or if things don't really change up. So Daniel, the aggressive bot, as always, playing straight into Electric, deciding they're going to just run right in. Does get picked out by the enemy team, of course. And at this point, he's now down to the 4v5. And it looks like they will be playing through display room and second floor and first floor. But Dragon Man really slowly looking around the corner, trying to see if he can get a couple shots. Does get picked up by Lefty on that little jump spot, a little cheeky shot. It's now down to a 3v5. Definitely not the best scenario, but we'll see if they can switch things up. Twinkie finally coming in with the catch up with their teammates. And it looks like the team will be pushing in through Electra. We'll see if things work out better in their favor. Only 17 able to get the shots off. Andric able to finish that up. I think they have the Marui able to get double headshots on the teammates. And this one's now down to Breezy. Breezy able to get the 1 kill from that. Drops in the frag. Unfortunately, doesn't quite finish off Drakov. And they do get picked off. It is now another win for Kyro's side. And I don't know, can they potentially go for the 7-0 win? We'll see. You know, things are still kind of progressing forward. HeatWave, you know, some of their teammates went in for the save. We'll see if things work out better for them, but it's not looking the best. Right now, Kyro's got literally all the money on their side because they've been winning and consistently surviving all the way through this whole game. Which is unfortunate for HeatWave, but that's how the game goes. You know, if things don't work out in your favor, that's just how it is. And we are now back on the 3rd floor, and I think we've seen the 3rd floor a couple times now. I think 2 or 3 times in this map, at least on HeatWave side, and it just hasn't been that favorable for their pushes. I'm thinking they gotta switch something up because it almost works, but things have just been more lucky when they do get those kills. And it looks like Zeke on the back end will be trying to poke in through that window again. We'll see if it does work out for them. They do get the kill off, and looks like they do throw in the incendiary. It doesn't quite go in for the full kill though. And man, it is shots fired all over the place as 3 players are holding down that biochemical room. And only 17 deciding to still try to get the shots off. Breeze from the long corner, able to get the kill. And just, wow, a lot of kills being traded right now, which I did not think would happen. But they might have played a little too aggressive into that room. Lone able to actually poke out and get that kill off. At this point, it's down to Breezy. And maybe one or... actually, it looks like they're going for a split play again. So Breezy really holding down this corner. Yo, almost finishes off Dougie, but doesn't quite. And this one on the other side, they are getting the shots through that area. We'll see if it does work out, but I don't know. We've seen Twinkie perform very well in these scenarios. Gets a pick off on Lefty. We'll see if they go in for another kill. At this point, it's now down to Twinkie. Almost goes in for the plant, but doesn't work out in their favor. This one, Ducky is now stuck in that room. Does get picked out by Twinkie, and Twinkie helps clutch up that round for HeatWave. And again, that's what I'm saying. you never know. Literally, Kyro was holding it down, having consistent wins, and economy was just fully on their side. But HeatWave right at the very end, Twinkie, star player, I gotta say, able to clutch it up for them, and win the round for HeatWave, giving them at least 1 point on the board. But we do have, the rounds, the side switch. Hopefully things do work out better for HeatWave now that they've done a side switch. And again, this is factory, so things tend to favor, I think, defending teams here. We'll see if Kyro is able to successfully keep attacking. My thoughts, they probably will. They've done a great job at attacking. We've never really seen them do worse or better on attacking. They do just as well at defending as they are attacking, so I totally expect them to perform very well. But again, HeatWave, they got those surprise rounds, and I'm expecting to see that. Maybe there's only 2 more wins needed for Kyro to actually secure this map and secure their win for the series. So hope if they're able to do that, then things are really favorable for them. It looks like they're actually going for a roof play, which I don't see too often. And Jerkoff from a little sneaky corner in the top, able to get a shot off on Breezy. But Twinkie is playing that hard armor in the back. We'll see if anything happens or changes. And Twinkie in the back, able to get 1 shot off. Lefty. Oh, wow. Real close trade there. Lefty able to get that kill off on them. At this point, it's now down Lefty to push in. We'll see if Dragonman's able to get the kill off. But they are able to get the kill off on them. And at this point, it's now down to a 1v3 scenario as on the other side, they got the MP plan. And things are not working out for HeatWave again. I'm just really not expecting too much, but who knows? Someone can clutch up with 23 health. I'm not the most optimistic. Looks like Dragonman, right when I say that, he does get the kill off at this point, so it's now down to a 1v2 scenario, but you got a full health player and someone who's 84. They're waiting for that corner, seeing if anyone's gonna go in for the flank, but looks like Siki is playing really hard. We'll see. Lone, slowly poking in, does get the kill on Dragonman. And the round does go to Kyro, and it now leaves him at a 6-1 scenario. At this point, we're now playing for match point. We're, round 8, and things are just not looking the best, right? If Kyro is able to get this win, they can secure the series win, and that's really it for them. Obviously, they're still going to be playing out map 3, but they have the win. They don't need to worry about whether or not they need to, play the map 3 to get that win. They know they have it. That's two in the bag at this point. That third round, that third map is just for fun, right? Because they have the series win at least. So again, we're back on the 3rd floor. We'll see if Kyro makes a good push into here. I don't think I've seen them on the 3rd floor. I'm not quite sure. But who knows? Again, they've had really good pushes. We'll see if they play. Looks like they are marking up this biochemical room. They might be making a push in through there, which I actually don't see too common. So it'd be nice to see their push in there and see how it works out. A lot of frags and a lot of things being traded, and it's just interesting to see what's going to happen. Really holding down that corner. There's a lot going on. Can't quite see because the smoke screen's right in the way, and Dracov able to get a shot off on the back end. Lefty pushing in hard. At this point, they will be getting pinched pretty soon. Lone able to push in, get the kill on the bot. At this point, it's down to Twisty. Twinkie, oh, and never mind. It's only down to only 17, holding it in that biochemical room alone. We'll see if they can do it. I don't quite know, but Lone and the whole team just pushes in. Unfortunately, they can't do anything about it, and that does secure the win for Kyro, and that does secure them also the, I can't talk right now. Series win, as they now have 2 wins on the maps. At this point, they're just playing for consolation on that 3rd map. And it's rough. It's rough, playing with that bot. It's just rough when your team's on that losing streak, and it's hard to come back with that economy not being on your side. And I'm so sad. I really thought this lineup would be matchup would be a lot closer. Considering both teams are a little bit on a newer end. They've only both played 2 games and have lost both games. So I felt like this would have been a closer sort of setup, but it didn't quite look that way, unfortunately. At least in this game, right? We'll see. This is definitely these two teams I would like to see them match up again, and I think that would be fun. But who knows, right? It looks like maybe HeatWave's deciding to bow out. They do have the 2 losses, so they're not really playing for a win anymore. But you should always play through the map 3, because remember, we're playing on a ladder scale. It affects how much you go up and down the ladder. You should always be playing out all 3 maps, because just taking the forfeit on the last one just really dumps your team down low. And I don't think that's really worth it. Also, on top of that, how to get better at this game? By playing it more, right? So you might as well keep playing it, play out that last map, even if you got the 2 losses back to back. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not quite sure. It almost looks like HeatWave's going to be pulling out. Oh, never mind. They are going into their 10-minute break. So we will be going 2 ads, and then we'll be coming back for talking. So I'll see you all in a bit.
One more to go.
Hey, chat.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Hello, hello. I hope y'all can hear me. Um, we are hopping right in, I guess. For some reason, the team decided to play it off. They're only playing a 5v3. I don't even know if this is legal. Mods, y'all know better than me. I don't know it that well. But on HeatWave's side, they will be playing a 3v5 setup. For some reason, they had the full 10 minutes. I think we still had a good 3-4 minutes left in the round to play it off. But they are hopping right in. I'm not sure if teammates just there's some miscommunication on someone's part or what's going on. But it looks like Kyro is going to be playing in through Family Room, potentially going right onto the bomb site above. They're going to be playing pretty aggressive. Got a 5-man push right into the Family Room balcony. And Lone able to get that kill off on Breezy. They have one of their bots, Tommy, just running around. On the other end, they're going in for some shots off. Only 17 trying their best to get some shots in, maybe get some finishes, but they could not. Rakov does fall in on. It looks like Isaac is able to get the shot off. Lots of shots being traded right now at this point. I'm surprised the bots are doing so well on the defending side. It's now down to a 3v3 scenario with Kyro, and somehow the bots have been putting up numbers. They're actually leading on HeatWave's side. But hey, as I've always said, you never know what's going to happen. And the EMP is actually down, so it's unfavorable for them. They have Twinkie holding down the side. Does get finished off by Lone, unfortunately. Now down to a 2v3 scenario. One of the other bots does get picked off, and Lone finishing it off for them and winning that round for Kyro. And, roller coaster of a round as it almost swung into HeatWave's direction. I really didn't expect that at all, especially with the bots doing so well. But again, just a weird match, considering they have 3 active players playing against Kyro. Don't know. Again, I don't know what happened. So someone please check the rules on this. I forget if you can play with 3. I don't believe you can. But hey, this is. I'm not a league moderator. That's not what I do. I'm here to cast and watch this game and see what happens in this map 3. So we'll see if Kyro is able to finish this up once more and have things swing in their favor, because they've been killing it the whole game. And we'll see if HeatWave's able to mix anything up, right? Have things swing in their favor, maybe have some crazy clutch up rounds that almost sort of happened there. But who knows? Kyro is setting up right outside of gym. Going to be hitting that basement floor or floor 0 or whatever map you want to look at. That's what they have set up. Again, they have only 17 playing pretty aggressive on that roaming. They are actually playing roaming this time around, which is interesting. Drakov trying to go in for the quick plant potentially. Looks like they are running in, maybe trying to get a couple shots off as they're in the smoke. They do hear the plant going off. Let's see if any engagement's happening from Breezy. Does get picked off from the back end. And man, there's a lot going on for the bots. And only 17 gets picked up on the floor above. And I literally can't Akibo. It's now down to Twinkie, the best. We'll see if they can clutch up again. It's now down to a 1v5 scenario. Definitely not favorable at all for them. But hey, Twinkie, I've seen them clutch up several times. I'm excited to see if there's any. And they just got a 2-piece right there. I just, you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. Unfortunately, it does get picked out by Ziki as things didn't swing out in their favor. But hey, Twinkie did a really good job holding it down there. Trying their best to play with the 2 bots on the team, and having 1 bot's already bad, let alone 2 bots. I really don't know how they're playing at all. I think at this point, Kyro is just playing really relaxed. They got the series win. They know there's 2 bots on the other team. There's really not much else for them to do on this. I'm hoping we can see some really good gameplay still from HeatWave's side. Kyro setting up. Looks like they are going to be playing the same floor, going straight into the windows, as they are all over, and potentially even a little bit of the front room. Twinkie kind of playing this really aggressive roaming spot. I didn't even know you can jump onto that, but hey, that's cool. Only 17 setting up a turf mine in front of their teammate, which should be a very interesting play. And getting that spray off, hilarious. I really forget you have spray on that. Ziki trying to go in for the shots. Does see the teammate and does pick them out. And Twinkie, the best, is now down with the team, with HeatWave having to survive with a 4v5 scenario. Already not looking good considering they also have bots on their side, so not looking good at all. Does pick out their teammate on the other side. Lone playing very aggressive, does pick out Breezy somehow, and then they are playing all the way deep in the site. They do pick up both teammates, and at this point, win does go to Kyro, surprisingly with all 5 alive. Never mind, looks like they do shoot their teammate because they can. Kyro now leading a 3-0 against HeatWave. And things, yeah, at this point, you know, they already have the wins. The economy is going to start really rolling onto their side. It's just not looking favorable for them. Unfortunate. I mean, it wasn't looking favorable at all to start off with, right? When you have the 2 bots, it's just very hard for them to play off of that. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Kyro setting up once again right outside the gym. Looks like they're going to be going in for that breach right in the sight once more. They actually have a bot on their side now. Looks like someone did drop. They have their bot Jonathan. Let's see if they make a strong push into here. I do think they will, and maybe catch these people by surprise, which will be kind of funny to watch. But hey, and they do get the pick off over there, and almost finishes off the kill, but not able to quite get the kill off. So close. So, yet so far. Only 17 trying their best to get a couple of shots off at the end. Almost finishing off their teammate, but unfortunately Ziki able to get those kills off. And showing why they're doing so well. So many times they got all their kills. And now the whole team is just playing straight aggressive, running right in the sight. And Isaac, the bot, able to get the kill off. Another kill, the 2Ps. I didn't think that would happen at all, but hey, that was hilarious. Round win still does go to Kyro. Kind of expected again with the 5v3 scenario, really. At this point, Twinkie really just trying their best to do well, but kind of a weird scenario where the bot's actually doing the best on the team. They have 3 kills. Surprisingly, maybe the team really wasn't expecting someone to be there, or a bot, you know, of all things. But the bot, you know, playing very smart, able to get a 1-2 piece even, which is hilarious. But hey, always good for them. Kyro setting up on the balcony, leading right into family room. Looks like they are going to be going in for a 5-person push again in the family. Oh, never mind. Right when I say that, it leave. But it looks like they are going to be pushing in for a pretty aggressive 3, 4, 5-person push right in the family room balcony. Does get picked up by Breezy from the long corner, as they were not expecting that at all. I was not. Breezy playing very aggressive. Does get picked out by Ziki, unfortunately, and lots of shots being traded. Twinkie in the back does get picked out, and things are flying. Now a 3v2 scenario, and it looks like there's another bot on the other team. So it's now all 3 bots versus players. So we'll see if the bots can't have anything work out in their favor, as both bots do just get picked off by the enemy team. And you know, at this point, I think I'm gonna call it. You got 3 bots on the other side. I don't think anything's really gonna switch up. They have the 5-0 win. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't think it's feasible to keep the cast going. You know, I would love to play the cast through, but it's just weird, right? It's weird. They're already playing with they were playing a 3-man team. The first 4 rounds, they're not gonna be playing with a 2-man team. I will be calling it. You know, Kyro's already secured on top of that, you know, Kyro's already secured the series win. So we will be calling it. Good job to Kyro for holding it down the whole time. I will be giving them the win. If anything changes, then, you know, shoot me down later, because I was wrong. But things will be going to Kyro. Unfortunately, HeatWave was not really able to make anything work out. And on top of that, I'm not sure you know, there's some scheduling miscommunication or people just being tired. But we do have HeatWave pulling out now. It's down to a 2v5 scenario, and you know, things just didn't work out quite for them. But just for me, this is a sad game. We saw some really cool gameplay from both sides, and it's kind of sad that we didn't get to see HeatWave in their full, I guess, form. You know, considering they played 4-man team from the very beginning. Which is unfortunate because they had some crazy clutch rounds when you had some players like Twinkie really stepping up and killing it consistently back to back to back. So it's really sad, but that's also not to discredit Kyro, right? They played very well consistently throughout the whole game, knowing when to play really aggressive and when to just start relaxing, right? It wasn't until Hideout where they had the series win where they started playing too aggressive and just having fun, which is, you know, it is what it is at this point, right? But yeah, congrats to Kyro securing the series win, doing a really good job at pushing through, and HeatWave, you know, y'all got it. I saw really good glimmers of y'all doing a really good job, seeing people clutch up, having some crazy close rounds, even though they had, you know, several rounds where it was just the bot. So it's crazy. It's crazy how it turned out that way. So yeah, HeatWave, you got this. I would consider even maybe going in for the I can't talk, challenge match at a later date, maybe. Who knows? Things can switch up better. But it is unfortunate for y'all. But congrats to Kyro. Y'all did a good job holding it all the way through. And I will be signing off from the Breachers VRML page. And y'all have a good day. And I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good night.
Pre-season of VRML Breachers is brought to you by Triangle Factory, HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Cover,